Good morning, everybody. I think I've been up for less than an hour, probably more like 30-ish minutes, but watching a lot of good stuff today, hearing a lot of good stuff today. I had one comment from a dude in Indonesia, so hi buddy, thanks. Thanks for the comment. That actually meant a lot to me. Made me smile, made me feel good. But basically, let's just continue the trend. I don't have my iPad in here. If you watched last episode, you know that I started to notice the little details that created a pattern. Don't have my iPad in here, so that eliminates that distraction. So let's get some light in here. Let's do my bed. Let's get freshened up and let's start today. Alright guys, just continuing this great day, just continuing this momentum swing, this momentum change. It's not about how you feel, it's about just doing it anyways. Today's reading was really good. Starting off, as we normally do in New Morning Mercies, it talks all about spiritual warfare. And it goes on to say how life is just war. It's all one big spiritual war, which is really what I drew to the most. It's all one big spiritual war. That means everything that's happening, all the things that go on throughout the day, it's all a part of one spiritual battle. It's not a ton of different little tiny ones. It's one big one that's just different, battles in the war. But then it says daily Christianity is war. And what I was hearing earlier today was all about not being selfish, being humble, doing things that conventionally is weird, conventionally isn't right, even sometimes. Think of the Good Samaritan. Everyone who should have helped the guy passed him up, but the one person who should have stayed away from him was the one who helped him and really took care of him. Stuff like that. And so it's like, in Mark, I forgot where it is, but it's in Mark. You can look it up. It talks about denying yourself daily and picking up your cross and walking. And that was a great message for me to hear. But then it goes over Ephesians 6:10-18, which is the full armor of God. And one thing that I really like about that is because, and something I never noticed until today, it says the shoes of the gospel of peace. But then there's the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. So it's interesting that not only is this our sword to fight against all of the evil powers, it's also our shoes of peace. So not only can we come into here and we can read and just battle through what we're going through, but we can also go in here and find peace for whatever we're going through. And I really thought that was cool. And then it says, in the plan, all this has taken place to fulfill the scriptures of the prophets. Then all the disciples left him and fled. Matthew 26:56. It talks about how God is in absolute control at all times. And it gives us two scriptures to look at. The first of which is Matthew 10:29, which says, "Aren't 2 sparrows sold for only a penny, but not one of them falls to the ground without your Father knowing it." So think of a penny. That means 1 sparrow is worth half a penny. You can't even pay half a penny. So to even get just a penny from somebody, you had to give them 2 birds. But it says not a single one falls without God knowing it. But then it also says this about God's power in John 19:10-11. It says this, "Do you refuse to speak to me?" Pilate said. "Don't you understand I have the power to set you free or nail you to a cross?" Jesus answered, "You were given the power from heaven. If you weren't, you would have no power over me. So the one who handed me over to you is guilty of a greater sin." And then it says in verse 12, "From then on, Pilate tried to set Jesus free, but the Jews kept shouting, 'If you let this man go, you are not Caesar's friend. Anyone who claims to be a king is against Caesar.'" So here's Jesus. He didn't talk. He wasn't responding. And so Pilate just comes straight for him. You know those people who are just, they come out really hot and they get really cold really fast. Well, this is Pilate. He's like, do you just refuse to speak to me? Do you know the power I have over you? And I can imagine Jesus, he's just sitting there and standing there, and he's just like, you wouldn't have that power over me if it wasn't given to you from the heavens, which he's previously talked about, the heavens and his Father. So he's basically saying, like, you wouldn't have any power if my dad didn't give it to you, so why should I be scared? Why do I care to speak? Why do I care to respond to something that it doesn't matter? And so Pilate just is like, from then on, he's just like trying to set this dude free, because he's realized, it's opened his eyes. He's like, oh crap, like this dude's the real deal. But I just love those two verses because they're so different, but they're the same principle. One was talking about a sparrow, this little tiny bird that's very fragile, and how it's not even worth half a penny. But then you go to this human, Jesus, who is worth more than any of us, who was priceless, who was perfect in every way. But both of them, God has absolute power to help. He knows when every single animal falls, but he also knows when we fall. And if we just go to him, get our sword, get our peace, we'll be able to go through things a lot easier and a lot better, knowing that he has complete control. But something we have complete control over is how we go about our day and how we react to things. So now that we've done this, in reaction to this, let's go get our work done physically. We've gotten mentally and spiritually. Let's go get physically. Let's go do the things that we need to do, the little things that make big impact over time. Let's go get better. Let's go push today. I think we have about an hour left until we have to leave. So really about, I want to say 40 minutes. I'll give myself 20 minutes to get ready and get out the door. So really exciting. Let's go and do it. All right, scratch that, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to do drills right now because it is 10 o'clock, which means I have to take a shower because I forgot to do that earlier, and I don't want to be gross and stinky for church. And also, my hair is a mess, and I hate doing my hair. I used to get buzz cuts because I refuse to do my hair. So we're gonna take a shower and we're gonna get ready, and then we're gonna head out for some more spiritual teachings. This time from somebody to me instead of just my reading and my books, which is a great thing, and I'm really excited. So let's go do that. The good thing is I didn't get sweaty in these, so that means that I can wear it later today when I do my drill. I'm sorry. When I do my drills, so that's a plus. So let's just go. So far, great day. I got my charger back. Fit change, by the way. I don't know if I said that to y'all. Basically, it's cold outside, and I was told to wear this shirt. So, been wanting and doing this for a while. So, I'm very excited. All right, getting gas now. Just making sure we have all the stuff that we need for the day, because I think we were ending up at like maybe less than 10 miles. So I'm pushing it, and I need to get better at that for sure. So I need to start planning ahead. So mark that down. But yeah, church was really good. We talked about how Jesus is God and how remaining in him is the biggest thing. It was just really good just to know, like, the biggest takeaway I had was some plants don't need a lot of water to completely thrive. So what are areas in your life that you're not watering, that if you just did a little bit, it would explode? And that really just spoke to me, and especially like what this whole series is about, doing the little things, doing what we need to do. So really good stuff. I think I'm about to go home, get some stuff to eat, do some drills. Then we're actually going to head out to something I was invited to. Something about choir. I don't sing. Y'all know that. I'm not a singer. But I'm interested. We're going to find out. So let's do it. Alrighty, now that we're back, we can put back on the clothes that we had this morning. We're gonna put back on the clothes that we had on this morning, and then we're gonna go eat something, get something in our stomach. Then we're gonna go do drills. That should be it until we have to leave for this choir, reading, music, I don't know, whatever. This fun thing that we have going on. I think, because I don't know how long that's going to be. I doubt it's going to be like 3 hours, 2.5. I doubt it's going to be that long. So I'm going to bring my stuff, but I'll be prepared to, leave whenever. So let's just go ahead. Let's get some fuel in me and let's do some drills. Let's do it.
What you know about a Christian? It's a new edition. Listen, watch out ball like a piston. Life is a gift, you better not miss it. Live it before it's a wrap like Christmas. Yesterday gone, don't think about the past. Didn't know who I was under the mask. It look greener when you look at that grass. Jealousy make you blind to what you have. I never trip, never fall. I get up quick, clever. No, we won't be here forever. Walking with God made my principle better.
Guys, so we're back from everything. It is about, I think, 11, because I had some extracurricular activities to go take care of, which was amazing, really fun. Today was just great. That's pretty much it. Today was awesome. I feel like the presence of the Lord, because of, again, what we talked about yesterday in yesterday's episode, of doing the little details, following what we needed to follow, and adjusting where we needed to adjust. We allowed the Lord to come in much earlier, impact us much earlier, and that really just set off the whole day, and that just really snowballed and, momentumed into just a great day with being with the Lord and really feeling his peace and his joy. Like, today was really just genuinely awesome. Like, whether it was, reading in the morning, then going to church, then doing drills, then, going to that choir class. That was so goofy. Going to my friend's house, going to youth. Like, there's so many great things that happened today. And, there's a lot of chances for it to be not so great. But it was. Just because the Lord was just so on me and so upon me, and just, really, really, like, there's a song called God's Hands, and it basically just says, like, how great is it to just be in God's hands. And I'm like, it's amazing, because today was really good. There's not a lot much to say. Just how I got 1% better was just adjusting, making the adjustment. So let me know how your day went. If it didn't go so good, tell us why. We're here to help. This community is here to help. This whole thing is so that we can get better every day and do things differently and be different people. Because we don't want to be normal. We want to be better. We want to be great people. So thank you for watching. Good night and goodbye.